Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.
The Power Hour.
Happy 4th of July, everybody. It's 2023, and this is the 4th of July, and we certainly hope everybody's being safe. All the lectures, be safe with the fireworks tonight. It can hurt you, it can injure you, it can kill you. Be careful. I know it's hot out there, especially hot in Northeast Arkansas and the Mid South. And we encourage everybody to have a great time, but we also encourage everybody, if you do drink alcohol, don't drink and drive because it could cost you a lot of stuff. Money, lots of money. It can cost you a trip to the jail. It can cost you your job. Most important, it can cost your life. And even more important than that, it can cost somebody else's life. So make sure, make sure, make sure you're careful out there. You don't drink and drive. That's how I make my living. Ubering. There's Ubers, there's Lyfts, there's buses, there's trains, there's all kinds of stuff. There's parents, there's grandparents, there's friends. Under no circumstances do anybody need to drink and drive. Ask my great friend Dave Brown all of that about that. As in 1997, he lost his lovely daughter to drunk driving. So he absolutely knows. Want everybody to have a good time and enjoy themselves tonight, but do it safely. As PJ is in the house, and PJ says, Happy 4th of July. Kevin Fowler on Facebook says, Happy 4th, Randy Hills. And Kevin Fowler, I'm saying Happy 4th, Kevin Fowler. Lester Seals, my buddy, Happy 4th of July on YouTube. It's Billy. Here we go. Happy 4th of July, Randy and Adam. And Adam is not here right now. Barry Hay, my buddy, about 4 miles from here, says hello, Randy Hills. Hello to you. And certainly I hope everybody is doing great. Every single one of you having a fantastic day going on. Hey, I absolutely said that I wouldn't do shows Monday night, and I didn't do the Power Hour Monday night. I said I wasn't going to do radio Wednesday morning, and I'm not going to do radio show Wednesday morning. And I also said I wasn't going to do a Talking Memphis Wrestling tonight. And I'm not going to do a Talking Memphis Wrestling tonight at all. I'm not going to do it. However, I am doing a show, and I am doing a show tonight for a very special reason. It is the 4th of July. Business wise, you want to know my favorite 4th of July ever? You know what it was? It was July the 4th, 1998, at this very time, at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. It was WMC TV and Raycom Media and TV5 presenting the very first local and only ever primetime wrestling television show in history of TV5. It was Rumble on the River. A few things about 1998 and this week. First of all, on this day in 1998, I was 36 years old. 36 years old. Wow. Wow. Where does the time go by? This wrestling program that we're airing right now today, to go back as we've done for several years on the 4th of July, we're showing show number 12. Our Listen to that, folks. Listen to that. Very good. Show number 12. Since the premiere in April of 1998, we had done 11 shows. This is the 12th. WMC TV showed the confidence in us to give us 1 hour on the night that also included a broadcast concert from Cool and the Gang at 8 o'clock and the fireworks at 9 o'clock. It was a spectacular, spectacular event. Show number 12 on July the 4th, 1998. Now, this particular show was set up on show number 10 on June the 20th, 1998, when Brandon Baxter, saying terrible stuff about veterans, our country, our flag, our freedom, and everything else. And the operation manager of TV5, Creighton Armour, came out. Brandon insulted him. I came out, fired Brandon, but Creighton Armour said, hey, we'll settle it, because to keep this television show, to keep your job on the 4th of July at Tom Lee Park on the banks of the Mississippi River in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, you'll have to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. That was set up on June the 20th. The next week, show 11 on June the 27th, Brandon Baxter, toward the end of the show, tried to burn the American flag. Creighton Armour came out. It was big chaos. And on this show, we had built for the fact that Brandon would say the Pledge of Allegiance. And we were also building a confrontation between Randy Hills and Jerry Lawler. And we were also building the situation, is Lawler going to come or he's not going to come? And Randy Hills was going to this very night, 4th of July, 1998, at Tom Lee Park on the banks of the Mississippi River, on Mud Island, on the Mississippi River, that I was going to crown a new king of wrestling. Remember, we started setting it up on June 20th, again June 27th, and this is the 4th, and we're about ready to roll with that. I want to certainly now go back and talk to people that's saying hello, and Andrew Calvin Jr. Hey, Drew, I changed my mind. Realize that the Rumble on the River's 25th anniversary is today. That's why I absolutely thought it was my responsibility. I thought it was a have to. I wanted to. I'm proud of this show. It is great. Had to have a watch party with all these, certainly, people from Team Hills that watch this show together every single week. As Drew says, he has that show on DVD. Joshua says 1998 top Billboard song Too Close But Next was number 1. Rod Robertson, good evening to you. Frank, happy 4th of July to you, buddy. Happy 4th of July to him, to Barry, to everybody, certainly Frank Seaton. Brooks says, I was in the prime of my life when we did Rumble on the River. Creatively, I certainly think so. Scott's Art says in 1998, the Kentucky Wildcats won the NCAA championship in college basketball. That's nice. MJ Smith is saying hello, everybody. Melinda saying hello, everybody. Brooks says Rumble on the River, and Scott saying hi. Tanner, 4th of July, happy to you too. Al Tuttle is in the house. Hey Al, what is going on? Brooks says answered so many gunshot calls. I got tired of writing report after report last night. Thank God I'm off tonight. Okay, I don't really know where that came from. Hey, Barry Cooney, happy 4th of July to you. Everybody saying that. MJ Smith, same thing. PJ, same thing. And a lot of people in the house and having a super good time so far as we get ready to go with the Rumble on the River. Again, we appreciate everybody supporting us, and we'll get right into it. July the 4th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1998, 25 years ago today. Don't have any idea if we're going to have technology problems or not. We'll try to get through this thing, and we will watch right now Rumble on the River from Memphis, Tennessee.
Looking live at Tom Lee Park on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River as a part of the Star Spangled Celebration. It's TV5 Power Pro Wrestling's Rumble on the River. Oh, fun! What a thing!
Does that not look awesome, everybody? Absolutely awesome. On America's birthday, look at that crowd. Look at the fireworks. The camera shot I love as we go to the desk and you see the Mississippi River in the background. I love the music playing in the background. I love that shot, the fireworks shooting off.
First ever primetime viewing of TV5 Power Pro Wrestling. What a great show tonight. I'm Dave Brown.
I'm Corey Macklin right here at ringside. Hey, we've got a 19-man, anything goes, Rumble on the River street fight here tonight.
Love that shot. That is beautiful.
Right here on the river, Tom Lee Park. Bill Superstar Dundee taking on the Music Man, Billy Joe Travis, and we have the crowning of a
Wind is blowing, and we about lost our papers there.
We'll
Uh-oh.
have more detailed information about that as we go along here. First, let's get it underway. Our first big match of the night here on TV5 Power Pro Wrestling. Here they come.
Yeah, making his way to the ring area now.
How is that for an opening hype job from Dave Brown, Corey Macklin, the beautiful sights of the Mississippi River, downtown Tom Lee Park. Hey everybody, I'm Randy Hills. This is a special edition of the Power Hour. Adam Dunn is traveling from Memphis back to Georgia. He's not with us tonight. Hopefully he is watching. I have a feeling he's probably talking on the phone and not watching. That's my feeling, backed up by a private investigation. Kevin Fowler watched it live on July the 4th, 1998. How old were you on July the 4th, 1998? Kevin, I was 36 years old.
He can't be stopped in Memphis, Tennessee. He's taking his time to greet.
He was not called Giant Silva, and it wasn't a match, but it is an angle.
We're waiting for the signal from the referee to get this first match underway.
Referee Bill Roy standing in between as they peel the deck.
Primetime show. I wanted to start it off with action and a very good two-segment match. I decided on Dr. Tom Pritchard who was the handler of the Giant King, the Giant Silva, decided to go with the two-segment match between Brian Christopher in his hometown of Memphis, Tennessee, and Tom Pritchett. And a very good match to open up as we watch from July the 4th, 1998, the Power Hour in Memphis, Tennessee.
That's what's going to take place. That's where Brian Christopher is going to step in the ring against The Rock. I made the challenge, and The Rock, the Intercontinental WWF Heavyweight Champion, is coming to my backyard.
Kevin Fowler was 19 years old.
But I'm not going to be the underdog July 21st, boy. Rock, you're going to be the underdog when I got all the people right there in Memphis.
You know, earlier in the day, I was thinking people couldn't even take bumps in the ring because it was so hot and it would burn them up. I was really worried, but we had about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, had a hell of a rain. It cooled things down and everything was fine. But yeah, it was pretty miserable.
July 21st, we're back in the Mid-South Coliseum. The Rock coming to Memphis.
Rocky Maivia will be here at Memphis, Tennessee at the Coliseum.
Well, that's Brian Scott Pritchett. And don't forget, fans, still to come, we've got the crowning of the new
Referee Bill Rush. Bill Rush.
Sent an interview in. He was supposed to have been at the television show. He wasn't there. Sent an interview in pretty much saying, he didn't come right out and say it, but he pretty much said he was retiring from Power Pro, going to concentrate on his announcing career. But then when Randy Hales announced that a new king of Power Pro Wrestling would be crowned right here at Tom Lee Park tonight, Lawler called the booth and said it'll be the biggest mistake you ever made if you try it.
He sure did. So,
but Randy's going to do it. It's coming up just a few minutes from now, the crowning of the new king.
We're going to have it. That's still to come here tonight on Power Pro Wrestling Live from Tom Lee Park. Christopher backs up.
Formatting of TV. We've done the plug on what's on the show. We're using this very exciting match to set up the crowning of the king that will come about. We're teasing that for later in the show. Also teasing Lawler's appearance. Now we're plugging the Pledge of Allegiance by Brandon Baxter.
Baxter kept running his mouth, and finally Creighton said, I tell you what, we'll just do this at Tom Lee Park on the 4th of July. And Randy Hales said, Brandon Baxter, you will say the Pledge of Allegiance right in the middle of the ring. That'll happen tonight.
That's right. That's going to take place right in the middle of the ring here at Tom Lee Park, live on the river. Feels good out here, too, I tell you.
Yeah, we got a little outflow from a thunderstorm. Just sprinkles here, and that's all. If you're watching at home and still thinking about coming down for the fireworks, come on. It's dry at Tom Lee Park. We're expecting a big show. Of course, Kim Hendrew and Joe Birch will be following us with 8 o'clock. They'll tell you more about that and have the fireworks, too.
Yeah, that's still to come here from the river.
All right, now wait a minute. Kid Wicked is here. What are you doing? We got a match going on.
You got a match going on. And I know Brian Christopher, Mr. Nationwide, made it to Memphis conveniently. I understand he's got a title shot with Rocky Maivia coming up.
He does.
Well, in case Brian Christopher doesn't know, for the past 3 months, I've been undefeated, and I'm the one that deserves the title shot. Brian Christopher is a sellout, and I don't know why all you people cheer for him, because he only makes it to Memphis when he wants to, when his schedule allows it.
Well, he's on quite a winning streak in Memphis, Tennessee himself. He's been undefeated in the last number of matches that he's wrestled in Power Pro. Matter of fact,
well, I'm the Young Guns champion, and I have yet to be beaten myself.
Well, that's true. But you got to give it to Brian Christopher, Kid Wicked. Christopher has had a big victory to blast off in the dome.
well, we've got a break coming up here very quickly. We're going to get on with this if you don't mind, Kid Wicked.
We don't need any interference over
No,
there.
don't head that way. He said he's going to help us out as he heads to the ring.
Yeah, Kid Wicked jumps up on the ring apron there now. Distracting Brian Christopher and Pritchett from behind. Knee to the back, Dave.
Interference by Kid Wicked. I tell you,
Wicked doing that stuff, I tell you.
we've got to take this break. Power Pro Wrestling, first time ever in prime time. We're here with you on TV5. Don't go away. We'll be back with more of this match in a moment.
Power Pro Wrestling, we're talking about the first ever Rumble on the River in full swing, or shall I say full hit, going on right now. I believe we've got a 19-man battle royal and that means anything goes. This is going to get absolutely crazy. They can use chairs, they can use boards, they can use each other to hit each other if they want to, and an all-out free-for-all, as we understand it. Power Pro President Randy Hales, he's going to proclaim a new president tonight. Jerry Lawler not on the bill, and Jerry Lawler says, I don't think so. Be the biggest mistake you ever made. Join us down on the river. It's Power Pro Wrestling.
Power Pro Wrestling tickets. Send a self-addressed
From July the 4th, 1998, show number 12 of Power Pro Wrestling Rumble on the River. Obviously, we'll see Billy Joe Travis a little later. Rest in peace, him. Angela says Brian Christopher flying high with the Angels going too soon, and I certainly agree with that. Kevin Fowler talking about asking didn't Billy Joe get arrested at Channel 5 Studios, but Lawler had the police wait and arrest him live on the air. Yes. I think that's common knowledge that everybody knows. Don't forget, everybody, that I made the announcement earlier in the week that I wasn't doing shows any this week. I didn't do the Power Hour yesterday, was not going to do Talking Memphis Wrestling tonight, not going to do the Wednesday Front Row on the Ticket Radio Network with Randy and Bud and Randy, whichever way you want to say it. Wasn't going to do that as all because last week lost out on income, wanted to make it up. However, this is the 25th anniversary of what I think is probably the best wrestling television show I ever broadcast. So I thought we had to do a show. So anyway, the next show, next airing of the Randy Hill Show will be Friday. It's the Q&A show, and that will be Friday night at 6.
Be sure to remember, 11 o'clock Saturday morning.
Catches referee Bill Rush. Rush goes down as he catches that drop kick from Brian Christopher. I'm telling you, he's planning it right to him, Dave. Look at Christopher, back Pritchard up, rolls him up. He's got him now. There's no referee to count, though.
He's got him easy for 3, but the referee is down. Look out, Kid Wicket jumping in there. A net breaker he puts on Brian Christopher, and now both wrestlers down in the ring. The referee is down in the ring. Tom Pritchard rousing referee Bill Rush. Pritchard crawling over for the cover. Can he get a count of 3? 1, 2. And he kicks out of the 3 count.
He kicks out of it. I thought he had Brian.
Listen to the reaction of the people at Tom Lee Park on the banks of the Mississippi River. Just fantastic. Folks, call your friends, call your neighbors. The only primetime wrestling show Channel 5 ever did. Very excited about it. A 2-segment match to get this sucker going.
Calling for the super kick. Reversal here. Brian whips into the rope. Flicks over. And Kid Wicket trips him up. Oh, my goodness. See, that is ridiculous. Christopher had him going. Thought he was going to get the pin there. Look at this. Pritchard almost nailed Kid Wicket. Drop kick from behind is Christopher. Now they go for it.
Great finish. The 1, 2, 3. Brian just had so much charisma. And this is a big time deal. The production, we had a production truck there on the grounds of Tom Park. Referee Bill Rush, and now to Dave and
Do we
Corey.
have a camera in that area? We can take a look at that. With Brandon Baxter.
Oh, there's Baxter on the golf cart trying to start it up.
Security and Creighton are. What he's trying to do is get out of here so he doesn't have to say the flag. But security is keeping him right there.
There's Creighton.
That's part of the agreement. He's here, he's stolen the van.
Pledge of Allegiance. Do you hear me? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Get your hands off me. I'm not going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm not going to say it.
He is going to say it. I guarantee you, fans, he's going to say it in just a few minutes. Crowning of the king.
Thanks to the help of the Memphis Police Department. That's Brandon Baxter in a little trouble that night in 1998 with the law. I wish I had a time machine as well. It's the Power Hour, the crowning of the king. Here we go with this segment. I'm not dressed in a suit on this hot day on July the 4th, 98. And I think this is a good promo.
WWF Raw and all of that. You say you're going to name a new king here tonight. He said that's not a good idea.
You know, Dave, I think everybody probably pretty much like me. I grew up watching Jerry Lawler. There was no doubt in the world that Jerry Lawler was the king. I supported him. I yelled for him. I screamed for him. I cried for him. I supported Jerry Lawler just like this entire city of Memphis, Tennessee, and just like the whole world supported Jerry Lawler. And I was shocked, but you know, it comes a time where everybody knows that it is time, and Jerry Lawler knew that it was time. He knew he couldn't cut it anymore. He knew that he wasn't the king anymore. And Memphis wrestling is not Memphis wrestling without a king. So what I decided to do is I have this crown. And what I'm going to do here tonight at the Rumble on the River, in front of thousands of people here on Tom Lee Park at the Mississippi River, the new king. This is the future. This man is bigger. This man is better. This man will be the new king. And here he comes. It was with great pride and honor that I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, the new king of wrestling, the Giant King, standing over 7 feet tall. This is the happiest day of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new king. Ladies and gentlemen, I crown, it gives me great pleasure to crown the new king of wrestling.
Well, the new king of Power Pro Wrestling. He's huge.
He is huge. This is the new king. And ladies and gentlemen, right now, this is not somebody that talks. This is not someone like Waller that runs his mouth and can't back it up. This is somebody that does his action in the ring. Cut the music and bring me opponents out here. Get a referee out here. I'll book the match, and we'll show you right here what the new king is all about right now. He will destroy 3 men right here. 3 men right here.
Here's the referee. Aubrey Wayne is here. Corey, it's back to you. This guy is huge. I'm over 6 feet tall, and he towers over me. Back to you for this handicap match.
Oh, my goodness, Dave. I don't know. I'm not sure if I was sitting on your shoulders if this guy's not taller than both of us. Unbelievable. The big king, the new Giant King, crowned tonight here at the Rumble on the River by Randy Hales. And right here, referee Aubrey Wayne is going to referee a handicap match where the new Giant King will take on 3 wrestlers. I've seen 2 wrestlers many times, but I tell you, this may be the first time that I have seen 1 man wrestle 3 guys. He calls for the bell. Unbelievable, Dave. What a big guy this guy is.
For those of you that just joined, this is Randy Hills of the Randy Hills Show, the owner, founder, president, Power Pro Wrestling. This is Power Pro Wrestling from 1998, July the 4th, 25 years ago. This is the Giant King, known later on as the Giant Silva. against three guys, including our old friend Bo James, the king of Kingsport, that you see right there, the bodyguard. Coming up, Brandon Baxter has to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Jerry Lawler makes his appearance known to the faithful at Tom Lee Park. The first and only time TV5 presented a primetime live wrestling program in the 20-plus year history of them airing professional wrestling. 24 years in all. Oh, Al Tuttle saying something disrespectful.
He's been crowned the king by Randy Hales. It's something that Lawler earned over the years. I wonder what Lawler's going to think about this.
I wonder, too. Jerry said last week, as you stated earlier, that it'll be a big mistake if Randy Hales crowns a new king. Well, there he goes. Randy's crowned him. The new king of wrestling, the Giant King, crowned right here, live on the Rumble on the River at Tom Lee Park.
Hey, coming up, Billy Joe Travis will be going against superstar Bill Dundee in a street fight. Don't you go away. We'll be back with more of the Rumble on the River.
I like the music. I like those graphics, the Rumble on the River graphic and everything else. And I like this too. Added to the credibility. This is Chopper 5. This is Melody Meadows with this report.
And your local Ford dealer, where Randy Hales has just announced a brand new king for Power Pro Wrestling. Now, the audience and the crowd has just gone.
Look at that camera shot. It's just absolutely tremendous.
And finding Jerry Lawler right now and bringing him down to the river. Jerry, if you can hear us, please come to the river. We need you. The first time ever Power Pro Wrestling. I'm Melody.
Two very important and critical segments in the history of the Power Hour happens on this show. I should say two of the most memorable, and we will see that coming up.
As she told you, the new king has just been crowned. There's more than just this going on here tonight, as if this weren't big enough, though.
Oh, my goodness, Star Spangled Celebration down on the river. Hey, Kim, hit Drew Joe Burst there around somewhere. Let's throw it to them for a little more info for you. Kim and Joe.
Good evening, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Joe Birch here with Kim Hindrew having some fun in broadcast.
It is absolutely wonderful right down here on the river. In fact, it's cooled down probably 10 degrees. We had just a little bit of rain, cooled everything off.
Had a beautiful rainbow a little while ago, and we are going to have some great fun tonight. We are on the land, in the sea, in the Mississippi River with Ski 5 and Sky 5 in the air. We're going to have a great fun tonight. Stay tuned for the Star Spangled Celebration on an unprecedented broadcast from 8 to 10 tonight.
We hope to see you then.
Yeah, Kim and Joe got to be right here. Well, as a matter of fact, pretty much where we are right now for the fireworks and all that. It's a great one coming up. We got a great Rumble on the River going here. We got another match. Let's get it to the ring right now, as a matter of fact. Billy Joe Travis, he has a habit of bringing guitars with him. Is going to be going against this man right here, the superstar, Bill Dundee. He has Samantha with him. And the superstar, certainly a crowd favorite, the crowd cheering for him as he heads up to the ring right now, led by Samantha. And what should be a very interesting match here.
Oh, no doubt about it. Brendan Baxter is going to be in the corner of Billy Joe Travis also, Dave.
Oh, me, that could be trouble. Yeah. Baxter tried to get out of the park earlier, but he's going to be back later, and he will say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. All that insulting the flag and stuff he did a couple of weeks on TV. He'll say the pledge to the flag before this night is done.
Say that again.
Right there, the sweet music man, it says on the back of his warm-up jacket. Billy Joe Travis.
Billy Joe Travis.
He comes in here from Kentucky.
Superstar Bill Dundee.
To Brandon Baxter.
With Samantha in Bill's corner, Brandon Baxter in Billy Travis's corner.
Referee Bill Rush calls for the bell, and we are underway.
What a night already. We've witnessed here tonight the crowning of a new king, the Big Giant King. Big impressive win by the Giant. I mean, this guy, they just pounded every last
The
one
King
of
makes his appearance in a very unique way. Stand by for that as we're watching show number 12 of Power Pro Wrestling July the 4th, 1998. I'm Randy Hills. Adam not with us today. He's traveling, returning back from Memphis. He was in Jonesboro this past Wednesday, then went to Memphis. Other stops along the way, and he is headed right now back to Georgia.
Remember our normal time, 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. Be sure to make plans to join us. Set the old alarm clock, turn on the TV, and watch us Saturdays at 11 on TV5.
July the 6th, tickets go on sale Monday morning, July 6th. For July 21st, Mid-South Coliseum, live Power Pro Wrestling action. If you missed the blast-off in the Dome, I'm telling you right now, you want to pick up those tickets early because the ringside went fast for the blast-off, and they'll go fast again for July 21st at the Coliseum.
Yeah, stop by Ticketmaster and get them if you want the good seats because they are going fast.
Look at that. Billy Joe Travis drops the knee down on Dundee. So far, it's been pretty much Billy Joe. Travis with a big uppercut on Dundee. Hey, also want to remind the fans they have a Power Pro on tour Tuesday night, Boonville, Mississippi. Tuesday night at the Prentice County Agri Center there.
This is a little unprecedented for me, but my telephone is ringing. My cell phone's ringing. I've been told by the booth to answer it. Hello? Jerry Lawler. I can't hear. Oh, we lost the...
Dave. Here goes Tito Way hits the ring, Dave.
You getting your way down here? Okay.
Who is that, Jerry Lawler? You want to take that? He's on the way down here to the river.
Let me tell you what he said. He said that he was watching the show at home. He is very upset. And he is on his way down here. He said he is on his way. He is on his way down here right now. Lawler's on the way.
That was the phone.
As we're telling the story, Lawler, this is a tease for later. At the end of the show, Lawler is on his way, upset that I named a new team. We're milking that. Brandon Baxter has to say the Pledge of Allegiance. It is 25 years later. It is July the 4th. Thought I'd tell you a couple of interesting facts. You may not know that on 4th of July, it was predicted that here in the United States of America, we will spend a total of $3 billion on beer and wine just for the 4th of July. Also, $9.5 billion on food. That is plenty of hot dogs and hamburgers and ribs and all that chicken and all that good stuff. Love the production director James Estes doing on this show. Remember, you see plugging the Memphis Guard, Brian Christopher, and The Rock scheduled on, I believe it was July the 15th, the tag team tournament, and much more, including the Giant King and Jerry Lawler, The Rock. It was July the 21st, the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee. That's going back 25 years ago in 1998. And I'll lay out on audio, and this is Brandon Baxter, being forced to do the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
And right here tonight, Baxter, you're going to have to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
You know, I'm not sure if Percy Man is Billy or not. You got me stumped on that one.
Well, you see, I told everybody on television I wasn't going to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and I am not going to say it tonight. I am leaving.
No, you're not. You're going to do it right here. If not, you are finished with Power Pro Wrestling, Baxter. I guarantee you that. You're either going to blast to the flag or you are done. You're out of Power Pro.
Hey, so if I don't say this, someone in the back of Power Pro Wrestling man's gonna fire me?
That's exactly right.
Okay. Go ahead and look at me, because here it goes. I'd like to lead you to the Fighting Masters American to the Republic for today. When his son got indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Howard Fox!
Yeah, just real fast, but what now?
One more time. Get out here. Hey! I signed that stinking pledge of allegiance to keep my job. Now I'm going to tell you how I really feel. How I feel about TV5. How I feel about you, Clayton Miller. About Power Pro Wrestling. It's 2 words.
Hey, you're not going to do that out of here, I'll tell you that back. You want your mouth out of here. Hey, that's a great. Hey, you guys get back. Get back, would you? Hey, Great, take it over here. Get back. Get that flag.
Absolutely, you're right. And Angela, I was 36 years old at the time. So I've got you for 4 years. Because I'm 61 right now. This is a great segment. A great television show that I'm very proud of. I don't feel young now, Billy, my man. Red, white, and blue. This show, we gave you a little bit of everything. This is one of my favorite segments of the show. I like the opening match. I like the whole show. The way we end the show is chaos. Complete chaos. Stand by for that. As we get the big pop down on the Mississippi River, 25 years ago, Rumble on the River, the first and only prime-time airing of professional wrestling.
Let's get them going. Here we go. This is the Rumble on the River. 19 men are going to be participating.
Brandon did get a red, white, and blue makeover. Remind everybody, Friday at 6, Ask RH on the Randy Hill Show at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. And now, this is an anything go Moondog type of rules battle royal. Then we will have the closing main event segment with the King making his appearance at Tom Lee Park. This is a anything goes. Anything goes, as we see the late Jimmy Dean as he pops up on our television in one of the commercial segments, as we have a lot of talent in there now waiting for the rest of the crew, as it was 4th of July live. I don't remember Reggie being there. We'll see if we get any close-up. That's Bulldog Range, and that is Reggie Devine. That's totally Reggie. Here comes the Moondogs, and Ashley Hudson, and Bobby Brawns, and Bill Dundee. As here we go, Brian Christopher out in this match too. The Moondog Battle Royal, and Tony Falk is in the neon green singlet there. That absolutely is one of my right-hand men. Look at this. Look at this.
Is that Lawler? That is Jerry Lawler. That is him.
How about this for production? Oh, that gives me chills seeing it.
Heard some conversation in the truck that Randy had told him not to
At the time, thank you to Director James Etchus. Thank you for the help from Brandon Baxter, helping me lay out this show, helping to Jerry the King Lawler, and also the WWF.
He called me on my cell phone, and
Angela says Brandon got a red, white, and blue
I got a
shampoo.
message to answer my cell phone, and it was Jerry Lawler, who I hadn't talked to in a week. And he said he's very unhappy with the crowning of the king, and he's on, to tell Randy Hales he's very unhappy, and he's on his way down here.
Very happy that a couple of weeks ago, when Jerry Lawler was awarded the Distinguished Citizen Award from St. Jude's at the Liberty Bowl festivities, Dave Brown was right age with the king.
Power Pro Wrestling and a big night of action. Still to come at the Mid-South Coliseum again, Dave. Had a successful night at the Blast-Off in
The helicopter was there. I just took advantage of it. That wasn't initially my idea until I saw a helicopter shot earlier on in one of our bumpers, and I thought, hey, I added that last minute. Called Lawler and explained to him. He said, how will they find me? I said, what are you driving? I said, they'll find you. And they did. And I told them whenever they saw Lawler, just to go ahead and take the shot. As a standalone show, that also built story for sure. I'm very proud of this show. Might have been the best standalone and came across as the biggest show that we ever did. Very happy and excited about this show. We have Reggie out there and Kid Wicked and a bunch of people, and this was suited just for Memphis. That's why I did it. It was suited for Memphis, a big Memphis brawl with weapons. What a bump by Bobby Bronze.
He went about 6 feet in the air and then landed right out there on the grass. That had to not feel very good. He picks himself up. He's holding his head, but he's headed back to the holding area there.
The Moondog pounding away on Billy Joe Travis.
Travis is out. He's over the top rope.
Yeah, Moondog right after him, though, Dave. He doesn't give up. He's got Billy Joe Travis. There's Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Coco throws Dundee over, meanwhile, while Travis and the Moondog are out near the gate area.
I see Derek King, Mr. Personalities, is out of it, too.
We got Dundee and Coco. They're over on the side as they're both out of it. Coco Ware letting Dundee have it. Moondog and Travis right there fighting it out.
They're out of it, but still...
I think this is just chaos, but the finish built story.
Fergie's out. Brian Christopher's got Bulldog.
The ultimate goal of this match was just to create an exciting segment as we're building for the main event segment of the show. Brian Christopher, Bulldog Reigns, Kid Wicked, Spellbinder, Streak. I love that dirt in the face. Moondog Maine is the Moondog Tanner that was Portland wrestling legend. Passed away many years ago. No, it wasn't unusual, PJ, to play music, but this wasn't the usual show. Just trying to do different things. And there was other things going on. It might be just a band playing in the background. I believe that's what it was, PJ, that you're hearing in another set in conjunction with the wrestling show.
things were looking good for him. He got Bulldog reins out of it, but Streak came in a little earlier tonight and made his presence known against Brandon Baxter. And then he comes in here and wins the Rumble on the River 19-man Battle Royal. Meanwhile, they've got, looks like they got Coco Beware and Bill Dundee separated down there. Streak is coming, I've got a message. Jerry Lawler, I understand, is in the park. And
he made it through.
I guess he made it through here.
There he is. That's a shot of him there again.
There's Stars in. Well, we got to take a break here sometime soon. Lawler is in the park.
Yeah, that's just a convertible there that is driven into Tom Lee Park. I don't know where he is in the park.
Let's take a break and we'll see what happens with Lawler when we come back in just a moment.
How big time does that look? A helicopter shot, Jerry Lawler arriving
We had some action or not?
at Tom Lee Park. How important does that shot? The I-40 bridge in the background, the Mississippi River in the background. This was 25 years ago on July the 4th, 1998. I was 36 years old. This is one of the most exciting nights of all my years in professional wrestling. One of the most challenging, one of the hardest days I've ever had. 7 o'clock at night, Central Standard Time, 25 years ago. And it's 7:51 now, and roughly it was close to 7:51 when this segment went on the air.
At Tom Lee Park, not to let Jerry Lawler in because Jerry Lawler is not a member of this company. He retired. He's not a part of Power Pro. So I'm telling you, you get out of the ring there and you stand there. Tony Falk, I'm telling you, you want to keep a job, you keep Jerry Lawler out. You keep him out of this wrestling area. I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Lawler right there. He's out of the car. He's walking. He's walking through security.
Sound-wise, I'm going to lay out. Listen to this.
Oh, okay. He's pretty close to the ring. He's going to be up at the ring area very soon. Randy's still in there. He's assigned security to keep anybody out of the ring as he's there to present once again the new Giant King.
The new Giant King crowned earlier by Randy Helsley. Here comes Jerry Lawler. Lawler highly upset of Helms crowning the new king here tonight at the Rumble on the River. And look at Lawler. He goes after Falk and Bulldog reigns.
Well, so much for the lumberjacks that Randy put around the ring.
Oh,
he nails Randy.
What in the world? Lawler goes in and he nails Randy Hales. He's got Randy and the Giant King grabs Lawler. Look at this.
Wow. The big guy nails Lawler back in the corner, then drives him back with a forearm smash. Lawler, remember Lawler weighs 236 pounds. He is no small man.
Yeah, that's look at that Stacy.
There's Stacy coming in there with him.
I'll tell you right now, that's not going to do anything.
Not going to be effective at all.
No, sir. Randy
throws Stacy back.
That's the camera shot of the show, folks.
Randy stops there, and Randy Hales in.
Now they've ripped Lawler's shirt off. The new Giant King, is he choking him? I can't see from here, but that's what it looks like.
I tell you, he is letting Lawler have it. And Stacy once again comes from behind. Randy Hales grabs her. Throws her back.
Listen to that heat.
Randy may have made a mistake.
Just simple.
There's no doubt about it.
And Randy's upset because he wants us to go. He's found the new king and says, hey, Jerry Lawler retired. Well, last week on Power Pro, he's right.
Well, he's right.
Randy just wants to go on with everything. I understand his thing, but he's highly upset right now.
Well, Randy knows he's got to present matches that folks want to see. Look at Lawler. And if he thought that Lawler wasn't going to be available, he felt he had it. Oh, Stacy throws Randy down.
Yeah, she's pulling Randy Hales around the unbelievable. You've got to see this guy to believe it, Dave.
The smashed crown in the ring. Lawler puts it down and invites him to come in and get it. Let's see if the Giant King will go in there after it.
The Giant King just out on the ground there, kind of strutting around the ring area. Randy's out on the floor, and Lawler's in the middle of the ring. Randy jumps in and grabs the crown. So he saves the crown.
But the crown has been smashed. I'm not sure what he's saying. Well, he puts it back on his head. Randy,
Heat.
Lawler is steamed about the whole thing as the Giant King, here he is, over 7 feet tall, and who knows what he might weigh. He's huge. I shook hands with him, and I could shake hands with him with both hands, and his hand would still be bigger than mine.
He is huge. I'm here to tell you.
Well, I will guarantee you one thing. Randy's got something else to say. We haven't heard the last of this, I'll guarantee you.
Hey, I challenge you. You weren't supposed to be here, but you won my crown on July 21st at the Mid-South Coliseum. I'm telling you, I challenge you, the biggest challenge of your life. But you're a coward, Lawler. You're a coward, man. Face him. It'll be the end of your career.
So Randy saying, Dave, July 21st at the Coliseum.
I didn't get all of that, but what he basically said, I heard the word coward. I think what he basically was telling him, either show up and wrestle this guy at the Coliseum on July 21st, or just we'll call you a coward.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's ever gotten away
Nothing
with
like
a coward.
the King's hands raised in front of his people in Memphis, Tennessee. Same thing would happen in 2023 as it did 25 years ago in 1998. Listen to them chant. Listen, watch them. See their faces. They're happy. Here's the King.
Got the microphone now.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me or not, Randy Hales, but I'll tell you one thing. There's only been 2 kings in Memphis. Elvis Presley's one of them, and you're looking at the other one. You think that's big it is? It's going to be in the take my place. You got another thing coming.
Lawler says 2 kings in Memphis. You're looking at one of them, and the other one Elvis, of
Elvis
course.
Presley, yeah. So
Lawler, did he accept the challenge? Yeah, he did. He's ready. Him in there. He's ready.
Lawler's
He's
saying it right now.
Bring him out here now.
I don't know if the big Giant King is going to make it out now. Now, I know one thing.
Well,
We're not out of time right now.
We don't have to wait till July 21st. There's a half of Memphis is here right now. We can get it on right now.
That's ad-libbed, and that's just the King being the King and how great he is.
I would love it.
Once again, Tanner, you might have been 11. I was 36 years old. People's excited. They're intently watching this. All serious look. And we'll see how this show went off the air.
And all Ticketmaster outlets, too.
For the big show at the Coliseum, back in the Dome on July 21st. Wow. What a night we've had here tonight. The Rumble is a success.
It has been exciting, a huge success.
Look how beautiful that is, people. The sun's going down.
It has indeed. Thousands upon thousands of people crowding the park, many of them around the wrestling ring.
Thanks to
We thank you
WMC
for
TV
joining us
and
live
Director James
from
Estes.
home. Be sure to join us at 11 next Saturday for TV5 Power Pro Wrestling. See you then!
My Thursday night class was never well attended. You can probably guess that.
All these years later. All these years later. It's been 25 years since that date of July 1998. In a lot of years. I was 36 years old. I am now 61 years old. And as I watch that show with you on this watch party, a last minute, as Adam Dunn pointed out something that I had forgot about. We were at the 25th anniversary. Today marked the 25th anniversary of this show. And I watch this show dozens of times. Usually do watch parties every week. on every 4th of July on this show, no matter where we are on our watch party, we show this show. And I thought, well, because I'm burned out. Did radio several times last week, did my regular 3 shows. I was just burned out, concentrating on real life and making money and that sort of thing. But I decided to do this, and I do not regret it. And I do not regret it in any way at all. As I have chills, I have hair standing up. It is one of the shows that I'm more proud of than any show that I've ever did. As it gets better every time I watch it, and I think so too. And if you look at it closely every time and you see different things and you point out different things and you catch things that you didn't see when you first watched it live 25 years ago. As Merrill says, he was there that day. And I was, folks, I had to work. I had a television show to run. I had to be in the production. Here's an interesting story. Usually at TV5, I've told the story before, you just go up a spiral staircase to get to the control room, and it took about 30 seconds. This production truck that was rented by Channel 5 for the concert, for the fireworks, and for the wrestling was a piece away. It was a long way away. And so they had me a golf cart. So in segments that I was on the air, I would go from that production truck where I was sitting in the producer's chair and was in communication with the announcers and with the camera people, obviously the director in the room with me. And I'd have to get in that golf cart. And it took me maybe 5 minutes at a high rate of speed, as high rate of speed a golf cart can go to get there in time for my cue. Now, Brandon Baxter, in the segments where I wasn't in the production truck, he would slide over and put headsets on, and he was on the headset communicating. And at that point, I didn't have any communication at all. As Atlanta Sports Woodside says, hey, Randy, as an old school fan, I love Memphis wrestling. I love what you did. My question is, did you take anything from any other promotion to make your product any better? Happy 4th, Atlanta Sports to you too. You know, first of all, I wanted to make this Memphis Power Pro Wrestling. I wanted to make it classic Memphis wrestling with a new twist. Now, at this time period, in 1998, WCW and the NWO and WWF getting hot with the Attitude Era. So the in-ring style, I certainly borrowed from them. It was just how the professional wrestling had evolved at the time. And that was a mixture. We opened up with Brian Christopher and a veteran Tom Pritchard. Then we had the Crowning of the King, and then the Dundee against Billy Travis and a Wild Brawl. Then the Wild Brawl that we had with the Moondog Battle Royal that we put the Spellbinder over, had Brian Christopher in that. We promoted the Lawler Giant Silver match at the Mid-South Coliseum. We promoted the Brian Christopher match with The Rock there. Hey, Paul, how you doing? So, yeah, not only as you're producing a product, like in 2023, if I was producing a product in Memphis, it would be the same sort of thing. It would be Memphis wrestling, the wrestling they were built upon, using that history, but with a style that the people could see watching wrestling shows and other places. You know, I tried to put it all together, and I think that's how it works. Also, what would you say was the best feud you were involved in, appreciation you get from it? I love your feud with Brandon Baxter. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. I would say that my feud with Jerry Lawler, which you're seeing part of it, this was a several month long story. And I would say me and Brandon Baxter And I would say the Smoky Mountain USWA that started with the Rock and Roll Express and PG, I was involved in that too, for sure. As it says, the great use of Giant Silver, the visual of him with the crown and you next to the giant, so well done. And I'm not a short guy, I'm 6'3.5". I thought it was a good thing. So I'm very proud of the fact. And even 25 years after the fact, I think this holds up today. I'm interested as we're going into the closing part of this show, but I want to ask Team Hales, I want to ask our audience this question. If you could answer quickly, just tell me the answer to the question, yes or no. You guys that's watching tonight, have you ever watched this show before? Yes or no? Have you, Team Hales, the audience, ever watched the Power Pro Wrestling Show from July the 4th, 1998, ever before? Yes or no? Yes or no? Paul, I appreciate you saying that. And Paul, if you could, certainly, are you from Hoxie? Paul says, doing good. I have a nephew that has a lot of talent, and let me see. I missed that. Doing good. I have a nephew that has a lot of talent. Trying to get him hooked up with wrestlers in OCW in Hoxie. So I'm assuming you're an OCW. Al has watched this before. PJ has watched this before. Atlanta Sports says awesome answers. Thank you for answering my question. Have a safe and happy 4th. One last thing. Will you be doing any more wrestling shows? You never say never, but I have no plans at all, and certainly no plans in the Atlanta area before. Brooks have watched it several times, and Greg Campbell says he never missed Saturday morning wrestling. And here's another one from YouTube. Yes, after I read your book, I had to see it. And Angela said it as well. And I appreciate that comment as well. Wow. This is one of the ones when I found out from Adam. And I want to show you. Let me switch to this brand folder and let me go over there. I am going to switch. Remember, folks, I am producing as well as ever. And as I told everybody, as we saw Brandon Baxter was my right-hand man in Power Pro Wrestling. That is Brandon Baxter, and Brandon Baxter was my guest when I co-hosted with Randy Myers Front Row this past Wednesday radio show. And on my YouTube channel, check out the Randy House YouTube channel. Everybody needs to subscribe to it. Click on the live tab. The live tab is where it is. The live tab. There'll be several shows there. Scroll down. A very good interview about USWA wrestling, the radio business, and also very good interview about Power Pro Wrestling. So be sure to check that out. Normally, I don't do these shows without Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn came last Tuesday to Jonesboro. He was on vacation all week long. He's on his way back to Georgia right now. Adam helped me with the production of my stream at the Front Row radio show the other day. I took him to Waffle House last Wednesday morning. There's Adam Dunn, and there's the owner, the founder, the president. Randy Hales, a little grayer, but just as happy. There I am last week in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Hope everybody supported Greg Wayne on knowing that I wouldn't be on Monday. He was on last night, so I appreciate that. It is the 4th of July, and I hope everybody do not lose sight of the fact when you're drinking, when you're eating, when you're having the hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken and ribs, that this is the birthday of our great company. Thanks, and I wanted to credit Brandon Baxter for these key 4th of July facts that I used early on. It was 4th of July 2023, and that's just very interesting fact as well, as this has been the watch along of Power Pro Wrestling Rumble on the River. As we go back to Andrew Calvin Jr. saying, great show, Randy, and we're getting great comments from our audience. A reminder, I'll be back with the Randy Hale Show, and we will do that Friday at 6 o'clock. It's a Ask RH Anything. I will provide and post the link for you guys to join the show, and we've done it. We made it to about 10 minutes after 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And I want to scroll down as PJ's going to have the last word. Jeff has said hello, and everybody is fired up today, and I appreciate it very much. As we go back to the opening, Adam's not here to say thank you to, but I thank him for everything. I'm Randy Hales. Thank you, Team Hales. We'll be back Friday night. Remember, I will not be doing Front Row tomorrow. I will return next Wednesday, as Angela says. Awesome show as it is always. I'm Randy Hales. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Thanks for watching the Rumble on the River, and thanks for watching this show. Good night. So long. And again, happy 4th.
Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling.